So now let us take a look at forms and user input in PHP. So forms are the main ways to collect data from users on a website. For example, during signing up, during logging in, during contact forms, and even in search boxes. Okay, so PHP allows us to receive, process, and validate this data safely. So in this part, we will cover how to create forms in HTML, handling user input with the PHP, get and post methods, validating and sanitizing inputs, displaying user data, and even we shall take a look at some of the best practice if there is time. Okay, so just subscribe and like the video and we start. Okay, so by the end of this part, you will be able to build secure interactive forms in PHP and become a good back-end PHP developer. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so now let us first look at how we can create a basic HTML form, and we'll see how we can work with it. Okay, so now let us go inside our site here, my site folder, which is inside the htd docs. Okay, then inside here we have different files which I'm going to delete because they are not useful. Let me delete them. We are going to delete that, even this uploads, this one. So I'm going to remain even this one. I'm going to delete it. Okay, so I'm going to remain with the index.html and even the index.php. So let us go to index.html. Okay, so when we go inside the index.html, I'm going to create a basic form. Okay, so we're going to create it like this form. So the action it is going to be our index.php. Then after there, we are going to have another one which we're going to have the method, which is the post method. Okay, so the post method, I'm going to explain all this okay, later. Okay, first look at what I'm doing. Okay, first look at what I'm doing. So here the method is going to be the post method. So after there, we'll go inside our file. Then here we're going to have the name. So the name is going to have an input. Then this input is going to have the type is going to be text. Then we need to provide the name. Okay, this name is the one that is going to help us, okay, access this value, okay, the inputted value, okay, by the user, okay, in the index.php. Okay, so we need to provide it. So this is the name. Okay, so after there we can break here. We can use the break, and then we break. So after there we are going to have another one, which is the email. Okay, so for the email, we are going to have an input is going to be email. So an input is going to be an email. So let me delete all these ones. So input email, so it is going to be type, which is the type. So the type is going to be email. Then here we are going to have the name. So the name is also going to be email, like that. Okay, like that. Okay, so after there we need to create the submit button. So we need to have the button S for submit. So the type is going to be submit. Okay, so like that. Then here we are going to have submit, like that. Okay, like that, submit. Then here we have forgotten to break. Okay, so here we need to break. Okay, after this input we go to the next line. So that is the basic HTML form. Okay, it is this one. Okay, so after there, let me explain one by one. So this action specify the PHP file that will handle the input, okay, which is the index.php. Okay, so another one, the method. This method defines how the data is sent. Okay, so we have the get and the post method. Okay, the post method. Okay, we have many other. We have the delete. We have many. Okay, but here we are going to, for the forms, we are going to be working with the post and even the get. Okay, methods. Okay, so after here, by default, the method that we have by default, it is the get. Okay, it is the get. Okay, but here we need to specify that it is the post method. Okay, so after there we need to provide these names. Okay, these ones. okay, the names, these names, okay. So the name attribute, these attributes are the keys, okay, we use to access the data in PHP, okay, as I told you before. So from there, let us first take a look at the get versus the post methods, okay. So there are two main ways to send the form data, which is the get and the get, okay. So let us first take a look at the get, okay, before we look at the post, okay. So the get appends data to the URL, okay. We append data to the URL, okay. And for example, okay, we have this one, okay. For example, we can use something which is like this, index.php, and then here, after here, we append data, okay. So here we can have, first look at this one, okay. So after this this question mark, we can have username, then we provide the username, for example Alice, like that. Then after there, we use the dollar, we use the and sign like that. Then here we provide the email, and then we say equals to Rashid or Alice at gmail.com, okay, at gmail.com, like that, okay, like that. And this one is good for search forms, okay, for search forms or non-sensitive data, okay, this one, okay, this approach, okay. So you should not use it if you are uploading uploading sensitive data, okay, for uploading sensitive data, okay. So let us now take a look at so in order to access this one, when we use this one, let us take a look at it, okay. So let us now take a look at the get request. Instead of post, let us change to a get method here. Let us change to a get method, and then we save, okay. Then we go inside the index.php. In order to access those values, we should use the and this one, the $_ get, okay, get. Then here inside these square brackets, then we provide the names, okay, these ones here. We have this one, the name and the email, okay. So let us access the name, and then $_ get. We are accessing the email like that. Then let us try to echo out. So in order to echo out those values, we need to store them in a certain variable, okay. $, this is for the name. Here we have $, this is for the email, like that. Then let us echo out $name, then we concatenate, we put a space, then here we provide, then we concatenate another one, then here we use $, email, like that, okay, Ctrl Z, like that, then we end, okay. So after doing that, let us save, and then we go inside our browser, and then we go here. You should make sure that you are in my site folder, which is inside the htdocs. Then here we need to provide the file that we are accessing, which is the index.html, okay, like that. And if we refresh, as you can see here, we get these two inputs, okay. So here let us provide the name Rashid, then here we should provide Rashid at gmail.com, this one, Rashid at gmail.com. And if we submit, as you can see here, we are able to access Rashid, which is our name, and even this one, okay, Rashid at gmail.com, which is our email, okay. Then here, let us take a look at this one. As you can see here, we have localhost my site index.php, okay. Then a question mark. Then here, as you can see, name. Here the name we have Rashid, and this one separates, okay, is used for separation, okay, separation in the URL. So here we have email, which is equals to Rashid. Then here this one percent 40, it represents the at, okay, the at percent 40, okay, the at gmail.com, okay. So that is it. So that's how we can use the get request, the get method, okay. So now let us take a look at how we can use the post method, okay. So for the post method, let's now take a look at how we can use it. So here we need to change to the post, method. Okay, so the post method sends data in the HTTP request body. Okay, so this one is more secure for sensitive information like passwords. Okay, it is sensitive for that one. Okay, if you are submitting a form with passwords. Okay, so let us now take a look at how we can access this data. Okay, this data. So the only thing we need to change is this one. Okay, the method. So now we are using the post method. So let us now go inside the index.php. Then here, instead of using the get, here we are going to use the post. The post, even this one needs to be post. Okay, so that's the only thing we need to do. That's the only thing we need to do. And if we save, and then we come here in our browser, and then we refresh the index.html, we insert Rashid. Even here we write our email, rashid@gmail.com, and if we try to submit, as you can see, we get Rashid and even rashid@gmail.com. But as you can see here, we have nothing. As you can see here, we have nothing. There is nothing that is shown in the URL. Okay, so which makes it more secure. Okay, which makes it more secure. And the best practice, and this is the best practice. Okay, so we should use the post for forms that change data. Okay, or handle sensitive information. Okay, so let us now take a look at how we can handle user input in PHP. Okay, so here let us now take a look at, so in the index.php file here, we can access the input values. Okay, using these ones. Okay, these ones. Okay, these ones, using these ones. Okay, so that's how we can access the user inputs. Okay, like this one. So for the post, we use the $_post. For the get, we use a $_get. Okay, in capital letters. Okay, and that will display the data the user entered. Okay, this one, like this one. Okay, it will display the data. Okay, that the user entered. Okay, so let us now take a look at validating input. Okay, so validation ensures the user entered the correct and complete information. Okay, so let us now take a look at it. So for example, here we can come here before outputting. We can do like this. We can come here. So here, for example, here, before we validate, let us come here, and then we go back to the index.html, and then we don't provide the name, and then we submit. As you can see, we only get the email, but the name we have not got it. Okay, we have not get it. So that's where validation comes in. Okay, so we should not upload anything to the server without validation. Okay, so in order to use validation, let us first use this one. We use two functions. We can use the empty function, which checks if the field is empty, and we can also use the filter_var function, which validates the email format. Okay, and you should always validate input to prevent errors and invalid data. Okay, so let us look at how we can validate. So here we can check if. We can use the if statement, then the condition here we use the empty. What is empty? Then $our name. Okay, our name. If it is empty, then what are we going to do? We can echo out. A name required, like that. And else if, we use else if this one, then here we can use the filter_var. If not, filter_var, which validates the email. Okay, _var. Then here we provide our email. Okay, then here we can provide the filter validate email. Okay, the filter validate email. Okay, the filter validate email. Okay, that one. Okay, this one, it is like the filter, okay, that we are going to use to validate our email. Okay, and you can develop yours. Yeah, okay, you can develop this field. Okay, this filter, you can develop your own field. Okay, so after doing that, then here we are going to echo out we're going to echo out, we're going to echo out invalid email address. Okay, email address. Okay, so after doing that, we are going to go else. What are we going to do? We are going to echo out then form submitted successful, submitted successfully. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. Okay, so after here we can now come here and we echo out this, Control X, then here we come here, we paste them there, and if we save, so here we don't have the filter validate email. Okay, so we can have it, but right now we can yeah, let us save, and then we refresh. We come back here and we refresh. As you can see, form submitted. So let us continue submitting the form as here expected. This one or this one, as if I forgot something here. So here I forgot that semicolon. So let us now save. If we save and then we resubmit, we refresh, and then we resubmit the form. As you can see, name is required. Okay, so our name is required, so we need to go back and then we provide the name, which is Rashid, as you can see. And if we submit, as you can see here, we get the form submitted successfully. Here we get rashid@gmail.com. We get it. So what if we have not, the email that we have provided is not like that one, and then we try to submit. So here please include this one. Okay, so this one, as you can see here, this one is the filter validate email, this one. Okay, this one, the filter validate. So if we hover over it, as you can see here, we get the default, so filter default. Okay, so this one is going to help us. Okay, is going to help us validate. Okay, validate the email format, this one, the filter validate email. Okay, so this one is going to help us. So here, if we come here and we don't include the @ sign, and then we submit, as you can see this one, please include the @ in the email. Okay, so if we include it, but what if we don't put all of it, and then we submit, as you can see, invalid email address. Okay, invalid email address. So this one, the invalid email address, it is caused by this one, by this filter var, this one, filter underscore var, this one. Okay, it is caused by that. Okay, invalid email address, it is called. And the other one, which I was mistaken, the other one, I'm sorry about that, the other one, Control Z, this one was called due to the HTML. Okay, due to the HTML. So if we try to submit, because this one, please include the @ okay, because we specified here that the type is the email here. As you can see here, the type is the email. So where is the email? So the type here, the type email. Okay, and this one brings about this error. Okay, this one, please include an @ okay, because all emails should have the @ okay, this @ okay, at gmail.com @ so if we include it and then here we don't provide the dot and then we submit, as you can see. So here we have escaped. Here we can escape. Okay, because we have provided this @ okay, sign. Okay, if we submit, then here we have escaped. But when we try to reach the server, we are not going to escape, because we have this filter. We have this one. We have this filter underscore var. Okay, and we have provided this filter validate email. Okay, inside option inside. Okay, so that's how we can validate input. Okay, so let us now take a look at how we can sanitize input. Okay, so sanitization removes dangerous characters from user inputs. Okay, so for example, the angle brackets. Okay, so the angle brackets can be used, someone can use them if they are allowed, someone can use them to launch cross-site scripting attacks. Okay, so it is better to sanitize your input. Okay, so for example here, let us come here, and then here let us try to see how we can validate, how we can sanitize. So let us remove all this one, or Control Z, we want to remove only this if statement. So here inside, before we get these ones, oh, we have even deleted the name, the email. So here we have the email, so let us remove this one. Okay, so in order, before we access them, let us first sanitize. Let us remove some characters. Okay, so let us get this one. Let us first remove this one using Ctrl X to remove all of it. Then here we are going to use the HTML special chars, okay, special characters, these ones, okay, this one. We're going to use it. Okay, this one, the HTML special chars is going to convert special characters to HTML entities. Okay, it's going to convert special characters to HTML entities. Okay, so any special character is going to be converted into an HTML. Okay, so for example here, but before I do that, let me show you something. So here we have the $_post. Then here let us echo out our name there. Okay, so let us do only that. Then here we come and we do something. So here we have instead of doing this, let us create a script here. Let us go back in our index.php.html, and then we'll create a script tags. Then here we are going to alert, we are going to alert hello hacked like that. Okay, hello hacked like that. And let us copy all of this one. Let us copy all of that one. Okay, and then we come here, let us cut it out. Okay, instead of copying, let us cut it out, and then we come here and then we paste it there, and then we submit. Okay, if we do that, as you can see here, when we reach the index.php, it has not loaded. And if we say okay, as you can see here, we get nothing right now. We get nothing. Okay, because, so let us see. Let us come here. It's because here we have used this one. So here we are using this one. We are posting this one, the name, and then we are echoing out the name. Okay, we are echoing out the name. Okay, but this one has run. It has run. Okay, it has run. Okay, so now let us take a look at how we can sanitize. Okay, this is very dangerous. Okay, guys, this one is very dangerous. Someone might launch any attack, okay, on you. You can launch an attack, Ctrl+Z, Ctrl. No, it cannot work. So this one is dangerous. Okay, someone can launch a cross-site scripting attack. Okay, so it's better to sanitize your inputs. Okay, the inputs before that data is sent to the server. Okay, so let us now take a look at how we can sanitize very well. So here we have we can use this one. We can use before. Let us remove all this one. Ctrl X. Now we can use the HTML special chars. Then inside here, remember this one takes in a string. Okay, takes in a string. So here we can now provide our data there, and here from there we can come here. Here for the email we can use the filter var. Okay, we can use the filter var. In here let us use the filter var, that one, filter var. Then here inside here we can now provide that one. Okay, and then we store it in our email. Okay, our email. Then here we need to provide this sanitize. Okay, this filter sanitize option. So here let us use the filter default. Okay, so here we can use the filter underscore sanitize. Okay, sanitize underscore email. Okay, so these ones are pre-created in they are created in PHP. Okay, for you to use them. Okay, so here after doing that, now let us do something. Let us now echo out. So let us echo out our name. After there, let us put some space, and then let us echo out our email like that. Okay, let us echo out our email. Okay, so after doing that, let us save. Then we come here, then we submit. Let us submit our name, but our name, let us create a script. Let us come here instead of the email. Let us come here and Control Z, so we copy this one, and then we come here, we can, before we paste it there, let us paste it right there, Rashid, and then we provide here. Let us provide here this one, rashid@gmail.com. so here it is going to be accepted. Okay, even here it has been accepted because it is valid. Okay, it is valid. But let us go back and then we will remove this one. Okay, and then we submit. As you can see, even here we have accepted it. Okay, so let us come here, zip, and we see, so filter underscore sanitize underscore email. So we have sanitized our email. Okay, we have sanitized our email. So let us come here. Let us come back here. As you can see, so this one, it has helped us. So here we have not put this ad. So let us so here we have not put this code, this dot, and then we have submitted. Okay, so here we have sanitized it, and we have got this one. So here, okay, let me go back here. I want to show you something. Okay, so here if we refresh and then we put our name, Rashid, and then these ones at gmail.com, and then we submit. Here we get these ones. Okay, here we get this one. The sanitize email, the filter sanitize email removes invalid email characters. Okay, so let us try to see how we can do that, how we can use it. So for example, here let us add these greater than symbols here, and then we submit. And if we submit, so this one should not contain these angle brackets, so let us remove them. Then we put dot, and then we submit. So it must not contain these ones because we specify that is an email. Okay, we are getting some errors here this side. Okay, so if we submit, as you can see here, we are not even, there is no way how we can do some sort of let us put another one here, and then we submit. As you can see, should contain only one word. So JavaScript help us escape it. Okay, help us escape it. So this one will protect your site from cross-site scripting attacks. Okay, which are known as the XSS attacks. Okay, so let us now take a look at another one, which are the sticky forms. Okay, so the sticky forms are retain input after submission. Okay, after submission, and they are useful. Okay, if there is an error. Okay, if there is an error. So in order to use them, we can come here, we can come inside here. Let us go back here, and then we go inside our HTML here. Let us now put some sort of, let us put inside here, let us put a value inside here. So inside our name, the username here, let us put a value here. Then the value, let us put the value here. Let us put let us remove this one. Then let us put these ones. So let us put the PHP tags. Okay, so here we have the question mark, and then here let us have PHP. Then here after there we need to have another closing question, question mark. Okay, another closing question mark. Okay, which is this one, question mark, to close. Then inside here we can provide then here in the value we can provide the echo. Let us echo. What are we going to echo out? We are going to echo out is set. Okay, is set. What is set? Let us check the dollar, then underscore post. Okay, underscore post. Then what are we going to get access to? We are going to get access to the username. Okay, we are going to get access. No, these ones must be, let us use quotes. Then here we have the user, we have the name, not the username. We have the name there. Okay, we are getting access to the name. Then otherwise what are we going to do? So here we are getting access to the name, to the username. Okay, to the username. Then after here we are going to use the question mark again here. then here we are going to use the $sign again, the $sign again, and then we are going to get access to what? We are going to use the underscore post method, then we are going to get these ones. Then here we need to have the username, so let us use double quotes. Here we get we can use the name here again. Then from there, if not, if false, then here we are going to have empty quotations, okay, like that, empty quotations, and then from there we should end our line like that, okay. So this way the user does not have to retype everything, okay, if there has been an error, okay. So this one will help us, will help the user, okay, not to retype anything if there has been an error, if an error has been there, okay, if it has been there, okay. So okay, that's how we can do it, that's how we can do it. Let us now take a look at checkboxes and radio buttons, okay. You will take a look at these ones later, okay, these ones later if you worked with the conditions, okay. So let us delete all this one, it is not useful. Let us delete all of this one, all of this value, let us delete it. So now let us take a look at checkboxes and radio buttons, okay. So now here, down here, let us have something. Let us come down here before the submit. Now let us have here the gender, again the gender like that. Then the gender, we need to have two inputs, either female or male. So the input for what? For the button, for the input. Then the type, should be a radio, okay. The radio, then name here we should provide the same name. So for the male and the female, so before we provide there the name, and then let us have here the value, okay. Here we'll provide the value that is going to be uploaded, that we are not going to send. So here it is for the male, okay, for the male, and here we have male there. So after here we need to have another, let us have another input, so this input also, it is going to be a radio, and here for the name, here if they are the same, okay, if we need only one input, okay, from these ones, okay, from these ones, so that the user, okay, clicks only one, okay, selects only one option, we need to give them the same name. So for example, before I give them the same name, let us we are going to go in the browser and we see, okay, the use of this one. Okay, so here we need to have here the female, it's for the female, okay, this one is for the female, okay, for the female. Then after there, let us now break like that. So if we save and then we go back to our index.html, then we'll refresh, as you can see here, so we can select here all of them, okay, though we want to select only one, okay. Here, as you can see, we can select all of them. So in order to reduce that one, I think you know HTML very well. So here for the name, we need to provide the same. So here gender, and even here should be gender, okay, like that. So let us save, and then if we go back and then we'll refresh, as you can see, we can only select one. As you can see, we can only select one, okay, we can only select one, okay, like that. So let us now take a look at checkboxes, okay. So for the checkboxes, we do the same, okay. So let us come down here, and then Ctrl Z, come down here. Then here we need to select, so for the hobbies, let's create this one to be for the hobbies. Then we go down, but before we go, let us put it here. So for the input, it's going to be input, then here is going to be a checkbox. Then for the name, provide a hobby, going to be hobby, it's going to be hobby. Then here let us provide that one, so it's going to be a hobby. Then from there, for the name, it is going to be a hobby. Then here we can provide the ID, but this time ID is not useful. Then here we can provide the value. So here the first hobby is reading, so this one here we are going to have reading, like that, reading. Then here we can have another one, which is another input, but let us make it automatic. So here we have the input it is a checkbox. Then here we have the name, which is hobby. Then we have this one. Then id it is not used for at this time, so let us now have a value. So this one is sports. Then here we can have sports here, like that, okay, like that. So after doing that, let us save our file. As you can see here, we have them like this, okay, we have them like this. Then here the submit button, okay, and here as you can see, we can only select, okay, we can select only one. As you can see here, we can select, oh, here we are selecting two. Why are we select? So here we can select all of them, so here, as you can see, we can select all of them. We can only take one reading, and here we can take all of them, okay, which is not in the case of radios, okay, radios. So for the radio, we only check one, okay, only check one, only select one. So let us now save, and then we go inside our index.php. Then inside the index.php, let us now, instead of accessing the email and address, we are done with them. So now let us get the gender. We are getting the gender. We are getting using the underscore post. So it is a post method. Because it is a post method, that's why we are using the $_post. Then here we need to provide the gender, which is the name, okay, we provided to those radio buttons, okay. Then from there, we need to access the hobbies, okay. So for the hobbies, it is going to be in form of array, okay, for multiple checkboxes, okay. So here we are going to have the underscore post like that. Then here we are going to have hobbies, hobby. But here let us make it, because they might be many, let us make them to be hobbies. And here we need to come here, and we have, instead of hobby, let us have hobbies. They are going to be in form of arrays. So hobbies here, hobbies there. Let us save. Then we go back here. So it is hobbies, okay. So after doing that, let us now echo out something, okay. Let us echo out something. So let us echo out the gender, but here we need to use multiple. So the gender, what is the gender? What is going to be the gender? Dollar gender, like that. So let us end our line. From there, let us now echo out for the hobbies. Then hobbies here. Let us now have the hobbies. So for the hobbies, we are going to use the implode. You are going to use the implode function. So implode function, that one, okay. So for the implode, join the array elements with a string, okay. It is going to join them with a string. So here we are going to use these ones, and then we are going to use this one for separation. We are going to separate them like that. After the first one, we are going to separate it with a comma, and then we are going to leave a space, okay. And then we are going to put another one, then we separate it with a comma like that, okay. Then from there, we need to provide our hobbies. So here, hobbies, okay, provide them like that. Then after doing that, let us save, and then we go inside our browser, and then we try to refresh. If we refresh, let us select reading and sports. Let us select all of them. Then here I'm a male, okay, I'm a male, guys, I'm not a female. Then here provide Rashid, okay. Then here we can provide, even if we provide, but let me provide them, okay. And if we submit, as you can see here, we are getting error unexpected token echo. So here, as if I forgot to break, okay, even here I forgot. If we save, and then we come back here, and then we resubmit our account, we refresh, then here we press continue. As you can see, we get the gender, Here we have the mail and the hobbies, and for the hobbies we have the first hobby, which is reading, comma, comma, after the comma, space, sports. Okay, as you can see there. Okay, so that's how we can do it. That's how we can use it. Okay, so that's how we can do it. Please play out with forms, submit different type of data. Okay, submit different type of data and learn. Okay, and become a professional in forms. Okay, so thank you.